Give me 1 second. I'm coming in.
There we go.
All right.
He's in.
It's not just because he's 40. He's hurt,
No.
if you remember,
Yeah.
from a few weeks ago.
I will tell you though, on the job site today, I got called old man numerous times, and I don't really feel like an old man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
You're
40s.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go there. No.
Okay. So, episode 10.
Ten.
Did you know we're
Wow.
We
episode
made
10?
it to 10.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
So we still have 16 more to do to make this a full calendar year.
Okay.
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 And that's what we're shooting for. Actually, you probably won't be around for episodes 24, 25,
I'll be there.
but we'll see.
If you want me.
Of course, I'm not letting go.
There
So,
you go.
all right. So episode 10, we have some exciting news for tonight. We are joined by Leslie and McKee of Inspired Closets Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Right? And so
Yes.
we're going to have a meeting of minds as far as anything and everything closet and organizing focused.
Yes.
And I'm just going to lean back when they start going.
I know. Watch out.
I
There's
know.
a lot
I will.
coming at you.
So the only thing I have to worry about is I just have to bring my drink back here
There
with
you go.
me.
I like
So we want to start with drinks first because this is Closets and Cocktails. So drink for tonight.
I think it's our first fail.
I don't think so.
Well, I doctored it.
Okay.
It is easy citrus white wine sangria.
There you go.
And he didn't put fruit in there. Tons of fruit. Lemons, limes, and oranges.
Mhm.
Tons of fruit. But I doctored it.
I like the mint. I think the mint
Oh,
is
and
nice.
mint.
Oh,
Yes,
there you
I
go.
do.
Okay.
I do like the mint. So it's good now. But usually we just taste it
Yeah.
during the episode.
Okay.
And
Cheers.
cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Mm.
I don't think it's a fail.
No, it's good now.
So.
Thanks to a peach green Crystal Light single packet.
But
Yeah,
then,
I think it has a little rum runner taste to it. Not
That's
so
what you're saying.
wine-ish, but
but when you throw the
drinkable.
when you throw the
It's
peach
drinkable.
mint crystal light, the name just gets too long at
Oh,
that
yes.
point in
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I know.
So we're
I'm
doing
fun
it.
for Crystal
All right.
Light.
There we go.
So we're excited to have Leslie joining us here tonight. And if you think about it, we kind of stretch from the eastern seaboard all the way to the Midwest with Leslie and Birdie and some of the experience that they bring. So I just had a list of questions and I figured we would just fire them off. Boom,
Yes.
boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
All right, we're
And
in.
we'll go
We're
from
ready.
there.
We're
So,
ready.
It's kind of a little surprise today.
It was.
Birdie didn't know I was coming, and
Sure.
Sandy and I sort of descended.
ah,
It just has been too long since all the COVID
Yeah,
stuff.
fully
so
vaccinated, so we're
safe and ready.
So
yeah,
I don't know what your questions are,
I know.
but in 2001, we got to give a little background.
Well, hold on. My first question was, how did you guys meet?
Okay.
There you go. All right,
You're
I'll
on
lean
it.
back now.
In 2001, Leslie and I were going to our first conference in
Mhm.
Austin, Texas, and we're at the airport, and we each get a shuttle, and we end up to be the only two people on the shuttle. And we've been fast friends since.
So much fun.
So much
From
fun.
the very beginning. And so and I looked over at Birdie and I was like, wow, she must be an organizer. She must really be doing this. And she looked at me and she's like, wow. So I kind of had clients, but you kind of had a business card. I don't think I was a member of NAPO. You were. Like,
Yeah.
it was two different ways to the same spot. But we've been watching our businesses grow throughout the years and just supporting each other through everything with, some masterminds with Alan and Mary, which we have to shout out to those guys. But
Yeah, different paths, but that whole week at conference, I would say, but you have a business, you have clients, and you would say, you have a business, you have a business phone.
You have thought about this. I'm like, I just do it a little bit. And I think that whole conference made us, instead of saying, I kind of help people organize, we walked out saying, we are organizers.
Oh,
And that was
I left
that was the
conference
gift of that.
knowing I was home, yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
100%.
where I was supposed to be.
Well, that's what I love about small business as well, is because it's the same service, right? Different personalities, but you can run in these parallel tracks, and one makes sense for you, and one makes sense for you. And as long as you provide that value for your clients, at the end of the day, yeah, you're both in business, you both have businesses, and you're both
Right.
successful with it.
Yeah,
Yes,
they've just been
more
growing.
similarities than you know, and we'll probably get into that as we
Right.
go.
Okay. So my first question was, how do you view yourself? When you introduce yourself to someone, we'll start with you, Leslie. How do you introduce yourself? Is it as a closet designer? Is it as an organizer? What's the first thing?
I'm a professional organizer, so basically our business split. I think we've been 12 years doing the closets. So my husband Sandy started building closets for my clients, and I said, why don't you go be the closet guy and I'll be the organizing lady. So I still organize, but I also do sort of the admin of the closet business, and I always say I kind of like momming the businesses both. So I kind of stand up here and like I'm the helper of everything that has to happen, and the buck stops with Sandy and myself. But
Yeah.
I kind of manage the organizers, but organizers, when you hire organizers, they manage themselves. They're so terrific. So that team rolls. And the closet team rolls as well, but it just came in, and I feel like we've been drinking out of a fire hose since we started, of just growth, and trying to manage that and stay happily married throughout the whole thing.
So hold on, happily married comes after manage the growth?
No, we're happily married.
Okay,
We're
alright.
way happily married, but I just think it's really hard to put it on the back burner. And when we get together, it's just like we can't stop talking about business because we never get to do that with our, our regular friends, our book club people or whatever. They don't really want to hear about closets all day long and organizing.
But they also just don't know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We're a little nerdy about
A little nerdy.
that stuff. Yeah.
I think,
Maybe a lot nerdy.
I think April should be taking notes about this managing growth and happy marriage. That's my way.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
And actually, 16 years in a week. So
Oh,
I'm already
so
making my
so.
plans.
That's
plans.
Good.
Okay, let's go to you. How do you view yourself? When you introduce yourself to someone, how do you lead off?
I'm a professional organizer, and we do custom closets. I'm a lot like Leslie, and I feel like I mom the business a little bit. That's the role I really like right now.
Right. And I just know enough to be dangerous, so I know all the terminology and how to design and how to tweak. But you draw. I don't draw closets. I tweak closets. So, but I don't go from a blank page and do that. I always try to stay away from that because it just, the more I know, the more I have to do, and I just didn't want to do everything.
I think it's important for the client to know that we look at a space with professional organizer eyes, which is totally different than somebody that is a closet salesperson.
Yeah, they're slapping a system on the wall to fit the wall, not the life.
Yeah.
Right. And we look at it a different way. And yes, we started for just my organizing clients, but John and I did the installs. Like I like power tools, so I know the closets from start to finish.
Right, and I'm in there too.
Yeah.
And I like going back in there, and even just recently our son now works for our company, which, shout out to Logan, which, I can remember being on a panel for NAPO and saying maybe one day we'll be talking about our children doing this, and they are, so that's a big milestone for me. And then, but I went in and tried to help him one day where they had a scheduling issue, and I was putting on the door glides this year for the first time, which I had never done. So I was like, well, I'm crossing into new territory. So, but I was always kind of the helper, hold, lift, clean everything out kind of gal. But yeah.
So what do you view as your main strength, personally, and what you bring to the business?
Great starter. I start everything. I'm fearless about starting anything.
I don't think I finished my question before you gave me the answer.
Start it.
Yeah.
I'm fearless about move, and I love to keep moving, and I will always push that ahead. And Sandy is a great finisher and absolutely can just a steady line. So together we get it done. So that's good.
And you've always been this way? Okay.
Yeah.
Same question. Your biggest strength. What do you bring to it?
Details. I'm a detail person. And again, John is the big picture guy. But I'm the detail person.
There's a little similarity between John and I. John and I have a little thing going on, and we have to kind of make sure we're on some kind of track.
Well,
Yes, because John will be going this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, but how about this?
Well-
What happens when this?
John came down to the job site today, and I was out on the roof, and I just noticed this little white-haired guy roaming around the neighborhood, taking pictures and looking at everything. I'm like, oh, Uncle John's here.
There you go.
Yeah.
What are you doing on the roof?
Yeah, but then you do have, I think that he does have that strength of hyper-focusing and getting, like when he's drilled in, he's laser, you know what I mean? So I think that there is that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's keep going. Leslie, most fun job you've ever done?
Oh dear Lord, what kind, organizing or?
Whatever pops in your mind. You probably have like these 2 or 3
I
that
like
always stick out.
1,000. I just had a really fun one with a little 8-year-old doing her closet, and she was just terrific. And she just had a style. She wanted to do it her own way, and then we had labels at the end, and she was writing what was in each of her drawers, and she had such pride in the system that, and I was a teacher before I did this, and I was eating out of the palm of her hand. Like, I loved every minute of that, and I could just feel like it was a lifelong lesson that I think would hold, because she was proud of it, and I was proud of her, and it just felt great. So that was a fun one just recently.
That's really good. All right.
One of the most fulfilling jobs I have ever done. It was a few years ago, and I met with a lady that was diagnosed with ADD later in life, and her apartment was just full. When I went for the consult, like, I couldn't sit down because there was no room for me to sit down. And she talked to me about ADD, and she talked to me how her life had gone and what she had learned. It was a lot of growth in that last year. She was seeing a doctor for the ADD, and he had been talking about having an organizer come and help her on the physical part. We worked every week for a year and a half, and just a third of the way in there, she didn't have friends in the apartment complex. She didn't have time for social. She just was in her apartment with her stuff. And a third of the way through, I saw her interact with neighbors. And at the end of it, she was going to OSU, going to classes, auditing them. But she loved to learn. So she was a very interesting lady, but we went through the whole place. At the end, she was picking paint colors, she was painting, she was so proud of it, and really, really fulfilling.
When people are ready for change, it makes the biggest difference, and it's fun. I mean, we've done things where we've done single guys who really kind of want to put their lives together, and they just sort of landed somewhere, and they're married. Like, and one has twins. Like, it's just so fun to just see things open up when the clutter leaves.
Yes.
It's just, life opens up.
Okay, so the teacher in me will say this, is that if you think of an organizer, if you think of closets, there's a laundry list of things that you could do, right? Whether it's bins, or you go to the container store, or a short hang, long hang, whatever it might be. But the emotional response of what you do, right? Whether it's an 8-year-old or whether it's an adult, you get to see them spread their wings a little bit, right? And it is emotional release that you get from providing that service.
It is a great job when you can change somebody's life, make it better, get a hug at the end of the job.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an honor when we're called.
Absolutely.
I think in the population now, people are transient. They don't live near their mother. They don't live near their sister. And people have told them they're lazy, stupid, or dumb. And they're not. I have never met a lazy client. I think that there is always gift, and I'm always looking for that thing that they can do. And I have never been in a house, and I've been in thousands of homes, where there isn't something that I spot that I could never have done. And I'm like, do you realize what you got there? And so they'll always have one thing that has some kind of order or priority, and they're proud of it. And we take that and we spread that around the entire house. And it just feels, they can see that worked, and we're going to spread it, and that feels really great. So it's just an honor. We've been doing it 21 years. It's an honor.
Okay, so I was going to go with a different question here, but you guys don't feel like salespeople. I mean, I know that you said that you
I'm
feel like
not
an
a
organizer,
salesperson.
right? But think of it this way. I walked into a closet yesterday that we finished, and when the client came in, what did they have on their face?
Smile.
A
Huge
a
smile.
huge smile,
Huge
right?
smile.
And it's, you don't have to feel like you're selling someone when you say it's an honor to be brought into that person's home.
I honestly believe what I'm saying. Like you can tell I'm excited. Like I know you're injecting hope, you're injecting structure, you're injecting so much into a space, and it just feels great. And it's just it's so authentic. And it's just like, you know, I was looking at them, and you're really asking questions like, what do you think about that? How would that feel? How would this feel? And then all of a sudden they're in. I mean, they're in, and it's great. I mean,
when you're passionate about it, and we are, you're not selling a product.
and that structure is necessary. Like so you get things right sized, and then you add structure. So like, and I always say, you know, it's a way to alleviate it. I'm like, you're not doing a bad job. You don't have the tool for the job. You're putting a screw in with a hammer right now. We need you to get that structure in place so that we can then, you know, so don't feel bad. We can fix this. This is not on you. It's
No guilt, no judgment.
It's great.
Okay, I like it. So are you originally from Pittsburgh?
Mm-hmm.
So are you a Yinzer?
Well, I don't say yins, but I know all about yinsers.
Okay.
Still a fan?
See, I think that's
I don't know
where,
anything about it.
see, I'm a Browns fan.
Oh.
And I only have the last 6 months where I can gloat. The previous 39 years is like, I got no.
Yeah, no, you had.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna drink my drink now.
Yeah.
So how far away is the longest job that you've gone on? Or the farthest away that you've gone on?
Oh, well, we were just talking. We did one in Eastern Maryland together. We teamed up on a big move, which was quite an adventure. And
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
yeah, and Target at 3 minutes before it closed, and we bought, I think, 2 huge carts of stuff in 3 minutes at Target. But yeah, crazy stuff. But we usually try to stay within an hour. And honestly, our resources are not close to where I live. So basically, the consignment stores and all the places where we get rid of things when we organize are, you know, if I go 2 hours away, where am I taking that stuff? So it's not magic to get rid of the things. You know, we use eBay, we have consignment stores, we have different shops that we use to get rid of things. And then Closet World, we go from Butler, PA to Morgantown, West Virginia, and we go into Steubenville, Ohio. So we'll go, and on the way home from here, we're measuring something that's like, you know, probably half an hour away from here or something, or I don't know. You know me in geography. I have no idea where we're going. Sandy will get us there. But so.
We've been to Oakland, California.
Wow, to do organize their you've had clients that have moved,
It's
right.
a daughter of a mother of a client here, and remodeling. The contractor was taking way long, and she, you know, we just hit it off, and she trusted me in designing. So I designed it, but her contractor was supposed to build it, and then he had just so many delays that she called, and she's like, can you possibly, I need everything off his plate so that he can get the rest of my house done. So that was a heavy suitcase. Tools.
Oh my gosh.
We said we'll take everything we need, but we need a table saw there. And the contractor made sure we had a table saw there, and we carried tools.
How about our biggest closet emergency? There was a closet emergency in Ohio that the Pittsburgh group came to fix.
Oh my Lord.
I don't think I know.
And my son and one of his really good friends, who's like a big kid, they're like, he called his dad, he goes, Doug, we have a closet emergency in Ohio, we need to go. You can tell the rest of the story.
We had a big job, 13 closets in a house, and I didn't know this lady to begin with, but I fell in love with her. She was going through a divorce. She had 3 kids, and she told me when she was going to move in. I think it was June 3rd. I mean, I don't know what year, but it was June 3rd. And she needed her closets done by June 3rd. And I said, we can do it. And I think we had a trip right before then. So we were getting home just to, and I was so focused, I had to make this home that this lady was setting up with her 3 kids right. And we got, I don't know how many, 60 some packages and boxes.
Because we both were easy closets.
Yes.
That's the whole night.
And John started opening them up in the garage, and I was delivering them to the different rooms. And I was in one of the kids' bedrooms, and there was a stack of shelves, and I stepped over them, and with my 1 foot drove a shelf into my other ankle and cut my Achilles tendon.
Cut it.
So
Severed it.
I put Kleenex and tape on the back of my ankle, on my heel, and I walked past the homeowner, walked down the stairs, walked to the garage, and John was in the garage still sorting, and I said, you need to look at my ankle. I think I cut it. And he's like, well, stop, let me look at it. I'm like, I'm getting to the vehicle. When I get to the van, you can look at it. He's like, no, let me look. I'm like, I gotta keep going. So we go to the emergency room, and the person who's seeing me says she has to get another doctor, and the doctor is like, well, we gotta figure out if the operating room's open. I'm like, operating room? Just put some stitches in it. I gotta have these 13 closets in for this lady. Surgery later, and I'm in bed the next morning, and John gets up to go do these 13 closets. He's like, I got it handled. I'm like, how do you have it handled? He's like, I have it handled, just take care of yourself. I'm like, no, tell me. Leslie's son and friend came and helped install 13 closets, that they were done.
And they were
by
like
June 3rd.
They were like 19 or could have been 18, and they couldn't even own a hotel room, so they drove out. They thought they were big stuff. They stood in a hotel room, and it was just a big
lifesaver.
Yeah.
I knew the first part of that story. I didn't know the second part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was just John and me installing at that point.
But the dad teases like, didn't know could be a closet emergency. I'm like, apparently there can't.
Alrighty, so let's go with a little bit of lightning round. Favorite accessory, closet accessory?
Ballet pool. I beat you.
Ballet.
Ballet. And your tag drawers are awesome.
I love the tag drawers, but everybody needs one ballet rod.
So, right, and the reason to me is that you come up from the laundry room or the dry cleaner, take your pick, and if you put your stuff in the closet on the rod, it's all mixed up. So if you put it on the ballet pole, then you can then put the things away. So it is a great tool to keep your closet organized. So that's my favorite. It's the best bang for the buck that you will ever get. It should be in everyone's closets, and then you can parlay that into laying out your outfit for this. So it's double.
Or get it ready for travel.
Yeah, 100%.
We agree.
100%.
The experts agree.
Yeah, there you go. Buy stock in ballet pool.
Okay, favorite closet color?
I would say concrete,
Okay.
maybe, for us. It's like a medium gray that has green in it.
I'm really.
But I like mix and match.
I'm pretty white. Like it doesn't really matter. Plus, all of our colors are different. So our names are different than your names, even though they're from another company. So
you can't go wrong with white.
Yeah, I mean it's sold the most. It's practical.
It's the best bang for the buck.
Yeah, it really is.
And it shows
I think to me, I'm about structure and function. So, but then every time, and I'm walking around your house, and there's great color, and so I love that.
Yeah.
So it just it makes me really happy to see that color. So again, but I'm not really a designer, so I just structure, functionality.
Okay, Leslie, you walk into your closet in the morning. What's the first emotion you get when you walk in and see everything in its place?
What am I gonna wear? That's pretty just satisfied. I am content. I'm very content with most things in my life.
Okay.
So
I think content and joy. The geeky part of me, I like going and opening up different closets and going, yep, it's just how I want it. And I close the door.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if it's
you're
not, I will
tweaking
straighten it out. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm just sort of, I just don't need it to be crazy. It's pretty modest closets in my house. My house is 1918, so I don't have like huge walk-in closets. We'll see.
All right.
Someday.
Maybe. All right, last question I think for tonight, and that is, if you were going to tell a potential client, or you have your video here, inspired closets, what's the best thing that you do?
We have a great team, and so in our customer service, like the people that we deal with, our clients, often comment that they haven't had other people of any other kind of vendor come in their home and do what we do. We're clean, we're thorough, we're neat. It starts with our lead designer, Jenna. She is fantastic and just has perfect, flawless follow-up. And then, we have Frank, who's our general manager, that really makes sure things are chucking away. And then all of our installers just have a great attitude. I think we have a good culture to our company, and it shows. So I think and that's what we're working hard to keep and to always do better and better at, because that's harder than I thought it would be. I mean, we have a great culture in our home, so I just thought it's so easy. It's just, we're all happy, everyone must be happy. But you gotta work at that, and that's where I'd like to spend some time.
We have a great team, but I think what we bring to our clients is calm and a feeling that they have control again of their time and their space and their belongings.
All right. That was a good both good answers.
And I have to say, the drink is growing on me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've been slurping a few of these little.
All right, so episode 10, from Maryland to Oakland, California.
Yeah.
Headquartered in Pittsburgh, headquartered in Columbus. We hope that we brought a good bit of rapid fire information to you. And again, I'm just going to go back to it. I mean, 2 different companies, parallel tracks, but you talk about the people that make up the business, you talk about the decisions that they have to make, and how it brings emotion back to the client's home or personality, and it's a win all around.
So, parallel tracks, we do have to slide in there. We started by ourselves solo.
Yeah.
Our husbands both joined the business. Now, that was your intent in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was not my intent, but it happened.
It's a pretty good program.
It is awesome. So, yeah, parallel.
Yeah.
And we're here tonight.
Yeah.
All right, well, enjoy your easy Citrus White Wine Sangria. I'm gonna go get my second, and we'll come back for episode 11 here in a couple weeks.
Cheers.
Thank you, Leslie.
Thanks.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's perfect. So much fun.